Welcome to Michael Zane Trusty's TrackTalk, where every track has a story. Toby Keith was never the kind of man to back down from a fight. For over 3 decades, he carved his name into the heart of country music with a style as bold and unapologetic as the Oklahoma soil he came from. Songs like Should Have Been a Cowboy, courtesy of the Red, White and Blue, and American Soldier, weren't just chart toppers. They became anthems of grit, pride, and the everyday American spirit. He sang about life's good times, its hard knocks, and the people who live it with their boots on the ground. But in the fall of 2021, behind the scenes, a new and unexpected challenge entered Toby's life, one that couldn't be won with a guitar in hand or a hit song on the charts. He was diagnosed with stomach cancer, a rare and aggressive disease in the United States, accounting for only about 1.5% of new cancer cases each year. Toby kept the news private at first, choosing to fight it quietly with his family by his side. He went through the grueling process: chemotherapy, radiation, surgery. These treatments take a toll not only on the body, but also on the spirit. Yet, for Toby, stepping away completely from the music he loved wasn't an option. His songs had always been a way of telling his story. And now his story was one of resilience. When he did reveal his diagnosis to the public in June of 2022, fans responded with an outpouring of love. Messages flooded in from around the world, people sharing how his music had touched their lives, given them courage, or simply brought them joy. Toby, never one to wallow in pity, responded with gratitude and humility. He told people he needed time to breathe, recover, and relax. But there was no question in anyone's mind he'd be back on stage, and he was. In 2023, despite still undergoing treatment, Toby Keith stepped onto the stage at the BMI Icon Awards in Nashville, looking thinner but still carrying that unmistakable Toby Keith presence. The crowd gave him a standing ovation before he even sang a note. And when he did, the voice, though touched by the battle, still carried that deep, confident drawl that had made him one of country music's most recognizable sounds. But Toby wasn't done surprising people. That December, he returned for 3 sold-out shows at the Dolby Live Theater in Las Vegas. Fans watched him stand under the lights, his guitar slung low, his smile as big as it had ever been. Every song felt like a gift, both to the audience and to himself. There were moments during those performances when you could see him take it all in, every cheer, every clap, every chorus sung back to him, and you could tell he knew these moments were precious. Those close to Toby said he was determined to live, not just survive. Even in private, he kept his trademark humor, his generosity, and his love for songwriting. And though his illness was unrelenting, his spirit never wavered. On February 5th, 2024, the news broke. Toby Keith had passed away at the age of 62. Country music lost one of its loudest voices, not just in decibels, but in heart. The man who had sung for cowboys, for soldiers, for dreamers, and for every hard-working American had taken his final bow. The tributes poured in. Fellow artists, political leaders, and everyday fans alike spoke of his patriotism, his loyalty, and his ability to connect with people through music. Garth Brooks called him one of the greats. Blake Shelton remembered him as a hero. And fans, thousands of them, shared stories of how Toby's music had been the soundtrack to their lives. Looking back, Toby Keith's career was a rare combination of commercial success and personal authenticity. He sold more than 40 million albums, charted 20 #1 hits, and built a legacy that blended traditional country with a rock and roll swagger. But perhaps his greatest achievement was that he never compromised who he was. Whether he was playing to a packed stadium, performing for troops overseas, or singing in a Vegas theater after a chemo session, Toby Keith stayed Toby Keith. And maybe that's the lesson he leaves us with. Life will throw its punches. Some of them will knock the wind out of you. But it's not about how you avoid the fight. It's about how you stand back up, guitar in hand, and play your song anyway. Toby Keith's final years weren't defined by cancer. They were defined by courage, and in every note he sang, in every story he told, and in every hand he shook after a show, he left behind something that can't be measured in awards or chart positions. He left behind a piece of himself in the hearts of millions. This has been Michael Zane Trusty's Track Talk, where every track has a story.